Meta is teaming up with Oakley to drop new AI-powered glasses. Madison Allworth is here with the new kicks, the new looks.
Yes, these are brand new today. Some of the first looks you're getting. These Oakley Meta Smart Glasses announced this morning. This is one of the first looks you have of them. They're very similar to the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and they can take videos and pictures, and they're embedded with Meta AI. So I took them for a spin, and they were able to help me with my lunch order. Take a look. All right, I'm feeling hungry, but I got a big steak dinner tonight, so I'm thinking vegetarian for lunch. Let's see if the glasses can help me out. Hey, Meta, look at this cart and tell me what would be a good vegetarian option for lunch.
A good vegetarian option for lunch would be the falafel gyro or the falafel over rice.
Thank you very much. The glasses also offer things like live translation. This is one of my favorite features. Someone can speak to you in Spanish, Italian, or French, and then the glasses translate it into English in your ear in near real time. They also have live AI. That's a 30-minute session where the wearer can interact seamlessly with Meta's AI. It's a vision that every developer in artificial intelligence has, a device that listens and works with you. And in a broadcast exclusive, the vice president of wearables at Meta tells Fox Business this gets them one step closer to that perfect digital personal assistant.
It's a glimpse into our vision of the future with the AI, where you can start this session where the glasses are seeing what you see, hearing what you hear, you're in a conversation with it. It's up to a 30-minute session. And it really feels like you've got an assistant that's working with you and leveraging the capabilities of the glasses.
So as I mentioned, these glasses follow in the footsteps of the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses. The tech company sold 2 million pairs of those glasses over 2023 and 24. They're really miles ahead of their competitors. Google has committed $150 million to develop AI glasses with Warby Parker. Apple said to also be in the mix, but neither of those companies have a glasses product yet for sale. And these are technically not for sale yet, just announced today, but you can pre-order the special edition glasses July 11th for $4.99. The rest of the collection will be sold for $3.99 later this summer, and I'll leave it up to you guys to determine whether it's worth it or not. Taylor?
Ooh, still a little pricey, Madison. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Meanwhile, some are saying that the United States and China are locked in a Cold War for AI supremacy. And now the White House is saying we are entering a critical stage.
If in 5 years we look around the world and see that American technology has, let's say, 80% market share, I would define that as winning. That's winning the AI race. But if 5 years from now we look around the world and all we see is Huawei technology, the way that, frankly, Huawei is dominated in 5G, that would be losing the AI race. So I think that the Trump administration understands this distinction.
So, Chris, when NVIDIA says that, we were like, well, yeah, of course, they're talking their book because they get, double-digit % of their total revenue from China. So, of course. But then when you hear David Sachs, who I think is a very well-respected Silicon Valley AI crypto czar, say that, it sort of has made me think, you're right, even if China starts to steal our stuff, better for every AI platform to be American-made versus Huawei-made. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting. The AI revolution, the AI glasses, that's the fun stuff, right? But it's just the tip of the iceberg. The next 5 years are indeed make or break. The revolution that's occurring in AI over the next 5 years is akin to the industrial revolution that was over 150 years, but at a factor of 100 times. I mean, leading in AI is way more than a commercial opportunity. It's a national security imperative. And particularly when you think about things like our cybersecurity infrastructure in the United States, how susceptible that is, and how AI can create opportunities that expose our vulnerabilities in our cybersecurity infrastructure. We've got to make sure that we're on top of this. We must lead. We have to go pedal down. Our greatest asset in the United States is our entrepreneurial spirit and the competition that exists within it. So we really need to empower everyday Americans, whether it's Silicon Valley or small town America. We've got to unleash a wave of creativity and support it, because that's something no centralized system can match, not at all. And it really is about these ideas before bureaucracy. It's about people before profits. We must lead with AI, and we've got to unleash our entrepreneurial spirit to do it.
A side note to all of this, Jackie, I'll just throwing this into the pot. Foxconn and NVIDIA are in talks where NVIDIA humanoid robots would be there to assemble chips at a Foxconn factory down in Houston. So it'd be the first time where humans maybe aren't assembling chips, but you have some robots assembling the chips for you. So further add some color to the story.
Are ordering you lunch. The robots are assembling chips. Someone who shall remain nameless because they watched this show told me a story. They were driving on a country road late at night and they hit a raccoon. They love animals, so they actually were very devastated by this, and it was a total accident. But nobody was up to call at the time. And so when they got to their destination, they started interacting with AI about what to do or what they should have done, and even some emotional aspects of it. And AI said that they should maybe consider making a donation in the raccoon's honor to an animal rescue society. I'm serious.
I like that.
This
Is that
happened.
bad?
And I said, wow, I said, you went to AI for emotional support.
Wow.
And it just took it to a whole new level for me about what could potentially be done here. But to bring it back to the China conversation, I think about TikTok, and it wasn't just the data mining that was an issue here. It was also the influence that they had over the algorithm here in the United States, the content that we were seeing versus the content that was being shown, say, to Chinese children at home. And I worry about when, robots, AI in the form of your, answering questions on your phone, what kind of influence, what kind of control, what can be embedded in that. I'm not a tech, specialist in any way. My mind starts to think about what the implications could be if we are not number one. And I think it's very dangerous.
Dagan, we missed you yesterday. We were talking about the Pope making comments on AI. We're having a spirited discussion on whether the Pope should be commenting at all on AI, and if so, only as it relates to morality and ethical decisions. He was out with more comments today saying that AI has opened new horizons on many different levels, like healthcare and scientific discovery. That has been great, but it also has been raising troubling questions on possible repercussions on humanity's openness to truth and beauty, and on our distinctive ability to grasp and process reality. Your thoughts?
That sounds less like communist Chinese propaganda, so that's a good thing from the pontiff, because what we were hearing the other day is, and I will continue to reiterate this, when you hear people scream into the heavens about the existential threat of AI as like the amorphous AI, that is communist propaganda straight from China. They're trying to slow, if not stop, our free pursuit of artificial intelligence here in the United States. And it is motivated, and it is driven. Communist China is driving this. That the dangers of AI, that it's all of the horrible things that it's going to do. At least he mentioned the fact that developments in medicine will save lives and ultimately provide health care to people who do not have it in the poorest of countries, potentially, around the globe.
Good point.
That it is just beyond comprehension what we will be able to do. And our freedom hinges upon it, our pursuit of it, and our dominance of artificial intelligence.
So speaking of dominance, Brian, there was a report this morning that SoftBank's founder, Masayoshi Son, is looking at a $1 trillion complex with TSMC in Arizona. So in China, they have like these little Chinese cities that are like AI cities. Yeah. And it would be a $1 trillion like city to help build AI. So I don't know. I mean, sounds good if we want to lead in the race.
Yeah. I mean, I just will ratify what Chris and Dagan said about if the race is between a dynamic, competitive place like the United States versus a top-down place like China, I think we win. But if we make it a central planning of America versus central planning of China, China will beat us, and they will beat us very badly. It's just critical that we use the same approach that we used to beat the Soviet Union.
100%. Space race.
Now, we haven't gotten any smarter about central planning. Quit kidding yourselves. And communism hasn't gotten any smarter about it either. Don't kid yourself.
Can I just add something real quick?
Yeah.
So you remember I think you did it here, or it's been done, the $100 million signing bonuses that Meta is offering to individuals at OpenAI, ChatGPT. I actually talked to someone about that, and they had already heard about it because they work in the tech industry. And the person, it was a day ago, said, what's more embarrassing than having to offer $100 million to someone in artificial intelligence to join the company is that no one is going to take them up on the offer.
Well,
what's
Sam
the best
Altman,
thing
And I said, why? Because in the world of AI, that Meta's not doing cool stuff and not using it they're essentially using it just to try and figure out a way to sell more ads on Facebook. And that is just not the kind of frontier model development that people want to be involved in. So
Sam Altman hinted at that. He said, fortunately, none of our employees will go. He said it's cute that Meta would do that, but it shows that they're a little bit behind in the AI race.
Does it vest in like 3 months, though? 'Cause I would do it.
That was like a bonus. That's not your salary.
They're behind, but what they're hiring people to work on is also not interesting to people in that field space.
Yeah.
We have some breaking news to get to. The U.S. Supreme Court declining to order the Trump administration to quickly respond to the appeal filed by toy companies challenging the president's tariffs. So again, we're going to continue to follow the tit for tat. The Supreme Court now at least weighing in on how quickly the Trump administration does or does not have to respond to that appeal. Coming up, mismanagement and wasteful spending weighing on blue states. They're now quietly reversing course on policies like health care for illegal immigrants. Go figure, right? We're talking about it when Big Money returns.